Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Hard Count. I'm Michael Emami, and I recently had a great interview with Académie St Louis kicker Samuel Tremblay. Tremblay is a member of the 2023 class and currently stands at 5 foot 10 inches and 160 pounds. Tremblay will actually enter a Cegep and will enter university after graduating from it. And we talk a little bit about why that's the case and some great news with that on this episode. All right, everybody, here is Samuel Tremblay. Enjoy. So you're 2022 in Canada, 2021 in Quebec City, and I think you're 2022 considered in the United States. Is that right?
Well, actually, in Quebec, we have a thing that's our high school is called secondary, and we graduate in grade 11. And after grade 11, we go to Cegep, and after Cegep, we go to university. So I graduate in 2021 for my high school career here. But if I was, example, in the United States or the rest of the Canada, I would graduate in 2022.
Yeah, and I see that you obviously do you have any colleges kind of looking at you right now? Do you know your coach has been talking to at this point?
Well, I think it's not legal for them to talk to us right now because I have 3 years to play in Cegep before going to college. But I had some Cegep talking to me, and I did committed to a Cegep for the next 3 years.
Okay. Congratulations on that. That sounds great. And so kind of tell me a little about your development through your program and how you've kind of grown as a person and as an athlete over the last couple of years.
Well, I went to Académie St Louis, who's a private school in Quebec City. I think they inculcate me values like respect of others, leadership, and always give my best no matter what. And I think that's how I grow as a person. And my goal is to work as hard as I can every time I step on a field, or it can be in a class. So I've grown as a person, as being the best as I could, and I think I'm proud of who I am today, and I'm looking forward to be better every day.
Yeah. So you mentioned your goal is to be the best person in terms of on the field and in class. Tell me a little bit about your academic life as well. How do you kind of balance sports and academics and grades and all that?
You see, when I come back from a big day of school, I try to take 1 hour off where I can change my own mind after I go training, and after for the rest of the night it's school work. I'm trying to do 2 to 3 hours of school work every day so I can maintain my grade and have a good balance between sport and education.
Okay, that sounds good. And so, kind of tell me a little bit about your head coach and kind of your relationship with them and how you've kind of worked with them to this point.
Well, in the team, I'm known as a leader, so I'm trying to be good to my teammates and my coach. I have a good relationship with them. I'm trying to be like somebody who my coach can trust me on the field for making plays and everything like that. But off the field, when there's a problem in the team, he can refer to me and I can help him.
Okay, that sounds good. And so, do you play multiple sports or do you just play football?
Well, I did actually start soccer when I was 4 years old. I still play today, so that's what gave me my leg to play football at the kicker position. So I still play soccer and football, and I did play basketball for 3 years in high school.
Okay, and so when you talk about playing soccer, do you think those two kind of translate well in terms of your training for them? Are they kind of the same? Are they kind of different? How do they kind of factor in terms of that?
Well, I think one thing that helps me in the soccer is probably the cardio part. We're doing a lot in soccer, and I think that helped me in football. And when we're lifting, lifting is lifting, so it helps me in both sports.
Okay, great. And so, obviously, kind of getting into your personal life a little bit here. Tell me a little about your mom and dad, and kind of if you have any siblings or any family members, who's kind of your role models within your family, and how have your parents themselves kind of influenced you as an athlete?
Well, I do have a older brother. He turned 20 yesterday. He's going to Concordia University here in Quebec, and I look up to him every day. He works hard, and if I have any questions, example for a route or something like that, I ask him how would you run this or this, and he helps me every day. I know he's a good student and he wants to be a great model for me. So that's how I look up to him. And for my parents, my mom and my dad, they always wanted us to succeed. And I'm so grateful for that because they put us in great situation, and I know they work hard for us. So I think the best thing I could do is to work hard for me to succeed, and that will make them happy.
Okay, great, great. And so, do you have any hobbies outside of football? Anything you like to do outside of football?
Well, I'm a social guy. I like to talk with people, but I also like to be with myself. I can play video games. I can go for walks. I love nature to go in parks, enjoy the day. I'm not complicated. Everything that comes to me, I like it.
Okay, great, great. And so, kind of getting into, kind of the college situation here, in terms of if somebody's going to take you, or if you're looking at somebody right now and you're going to get accepted there, or somebody's going to take you and make them a part of your program, what's kind of the first thing that you would want them to know about you as an athlete and as a person?
Well, I think as an athlete and as a person, it's that I'm probably the one of the greatest team players that I could be. I always let my teammates pass first before me, and that's my main reason of playing sports. I like my teammates to succeed as much as I like myself to do, and I put them before myself. And as an athlete, I'll compete every day, and I think it just can make the team better.
Okay, all right, great, great. And so, have you been looking at any colleges in the U.S. right now? Has anybody reached out to you or your coach at the moment?
No, not really for right now, but I plan on going to camps this summer or the next summer to get myself some clout.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. And so, one kind of last, final, fun question here: if you were to get drafted by an NFL team, what'd be your preferred team you'd want to get drafted by?
Well, first of all, I want to say I just want to go to the NFL, so it doesn't really matter. But if I have one choice, I've always been a Giants fan since I'm little, since they won the Super Bowl with Eli Manning. So it would be the Giants, but just going into the NFL would be a dream for me.
All right, everybody, that was Samuel Tremblay out of Académie St Louis in Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. If you'd like to contact Sam, his Twitter account is at Sam Tremblay IV. I'll be sure to post his huddle link and information below as well. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is at Emami Michael, and both my Instagram and Facebook are at The Hard Count with Michael Emami, so be sure to check those out. It also mean a ton if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the videos, and check those out. That'd be great if you could take a look at those. And thanks so much for tuning in and listening, and thanks so much for listening to this interview. All right, everybody, appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?